Welcome everybody to our show. This is Custom Fab Garage on our channel Octane TV on YouTube. Make sure you go down below and hit that subscribe button, and on top of that, make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you can get all the new content that comes out weekly and even every day.
The radio is extremely long, kind of like the BMW style. I'll measure that and see how far it is, if it's similar to the BMW and everything like that. But it is really, really nice. It does look super clean. Obviously, it's just extremely bright because of the way this is. But they were supposed to upgrade this, but it's still analog. I'm not quite sure why they did that. That's a kind of fail in my opinion, because the Bronco has a full digital dash. Full digital. This is full digital, even larger. So why would you leave this analog? It was supposed to be updated, so not quite sure. But this looks really nice. I will give them credit on that. When you're plugged in, the green is positive on that side. Green with yellow stripe is the positive. So just remember that. This is the amp we're going to be using, which is XSAW8 SONY 8-inch woofer. We'll see how this goes. I will say this thing is extremely heavy. Here's the side of it right here where you plug in your power control, your input, your gain controller, phase, and then low pass filter. It's weird it doesn't have, oh, I guess you use this as the actual gain controller. That is weird. So they don't have a gain on here. You actually have to use this remote to control the gain. Here's the feet. They're heavy duty, really heavy duty metal, heavy as well. I guess this is for the gain controller, I'm guessing. Mount that underneath there, I guess. And then here's all the wiring it comes with. It comes with all the wiring you need. And there's the power plug right there. It's actually really, really nice, to be honest with you. Super impressed. I mean, this thing is heavy. I'm gonna weigh it. I'm gonna weigh it, see what it weighs. All right, so I weighed it. And this was, the 0 pounds was 2 pounds over this way. So it's off by about 2 or 3 pounds. So it actually weighs 10 pounds. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but that's heavy for a powered sub. I mean, most of these cheap ones I've got over here, like these cheap ones, they weigh like half the weight of this one. So I'm curious to see what this thing sounds like. Sony's always amazing, so I'm hoping that this will sound awesome. So we're installing the amplifier underneath the seat. Obviously, you just take off the 4 seat bolts, push the seat back. This is gonna look confusing, but right down underneath here, there is a drain plug right here. I pulled this up, I drilled a hole through here, drilled a hole through here, and we're gonna run our power wire, because that's gonna run over to the other side to our powered sub. And then on this side, the amplifier is gonna be here, so we have our 4 gauge here. We're gonna run that out through here, and this is all gonna get cleaned up, obviously, but we wanna show you where we ran the power wire through to get the power wire over to that side, and then get the power wire into here for the amplifier that's right back there. That's gonna go underneath the seat on this side. So amplifier underneath this seat, sub underneath that seat, wires running through there, and then power wires right here running through the grommet. Now, the ground wires are going to connect to this ground terminal right here. So we're gonna put both of our ground wires there. But I just wanna show you guys where we drilled this hole and put through so the grommet, so the power wires can run all the way up underneath to the front. Okay, the green wire on here becomes the gray with purple, it looks like. Yep, gray with purple. Nope, I'm sorry, I have that backwards. So it's the one with yellow. So gray with yellow becomes the green. So gray, yellow becomes the green. So that's what we're gonna have to remember, is gray, yellow will become our positive, and green will be our positive down here. So we just need to remember that. So we got this bypass right here, using the blue wire as the input, thicker wire going into the 6.5, and then up here we've got the brown wire and the red wire running up here for the 3.5 and tweeter. That's the thinner red black, and then the thicker red black is for the woofer. And the same way the blue is input coming in off this side, and we have these unplugged. The Jeep JL and 2024 only have this fuse panel. We're gonna go to this fuse right here. I have to tap into it, but this one right here is like heated seats. There's 4 of them here. This one right here, actually all 4 of these will work, but this one's the right and left heated seat, and it seats in there properly with this. So I'm gonna put it right in there, and then push her down, and then that's where we're going to tap in for ignition. Those come up working perfectly with ignition, so that's what I'm gonna use for my remote wire, ignition wire, whatever you want to call it. Good thing we didn't bolt the seat down, so we are running the remote wire where we're in the power wire for the sub right through here. So we're gonna run that down, run that with the wires all going up to the front to the battery. Basically this is a drain plug that we pulled up, and we're gonna put that right back here underneath the seat. It's right underneath the seat right here. This is our power wire for the sub, power wire for the highs, and then the blue wire for our ignition and accessory. And then we're gonna take all this wire here, and we're going to cover it in loom as well. We're gonna loom the whole entire harness. And then we're gonna loom the whole harness and then zip tie it up underneath here. And then we're gonna be running up, if you look underneath here, we're gonna go up into this fender well, and we're gonna go up through there. And then we'll go up into the engine compartment up there. So that way we can just kind of run it down through, run it down this channel right here, and then run it up in there into that grommet. Then we'll zip tie it up into here. Here's all the wire. We got it loomed up, coming up through here, going up in behind here, and then behind there we've got it all zip tied up into there, going up into the top into the engine. That way everything is in here secure. It's not gonna fall down. Especially in Jeeps, you do not want that to happen, and you do not want to leave wires exposed under the vehicle. You always want to make sure you loom everything, because these will be out in the elements. Even though I even taped inside of here, these will be out in the elements, so it's going to be harsh conditions which could go up in there and just hit something. You definitely don't want that to happen. And here's where we grounded the sub on the other side and the amp underneath here. So that grounding terminal right there, that way you guys can kind of see it. It's a factory ground right there, right underneath the seat. One video I do want to make on the audio dynamics unit, you do not have to wire up the remote in. I was wrong on that. You just have to wire up the positive, basically the yellow, and the ground. So I screwed up. That was causing a lot of problems right there by wiring this in with that. So don't wire the remote in part.